with the same kind of thinking that caused them. These words will change your reality because poverty can't survive in a dough chaser's mentality.
The Beat Majors.
So to all my dough chasers, it's time to get this party started now.
I like it.
With your host, Jason White.
Yo, what's up, Dough Chasers? You are now watching another episode of Dough Chaser TV with your host, the one and only Jason White. Hello, people. I'm in the building. I'm also CEO and founder of Witness Riches, where we help people improve their finances and massively boost their credit scores. I want to thank you for joining me this evening. Tonight, we're talking about the creation of short-term emergencies that will ultimately hurt your credit, okay? And the topic tonight is basically stop creating five short-term emergencies that end up hurting your credit more. So as you come in, let me know who you are and where you're from. We got Rachel Wilson from North Carolina. What's up, Rachel? How you doing? As you come in, let me know who you are, where you're from. I'm excited. We got Mr. Stokes. Let's get it. Yeah. I love this. Thank you all for joining me. Tonight, we were talking in the office about, things that people do that end up hurting their credit. My man Mike, he said, you know what? How about we talk about things people should stop doing on tonight's episode? I thought it was a brilliant idea because sometimes we get clients who are in our program and they leave, 15 days into the program because they felt like we didn't tell them what not to do, okay? And I'm speaking of one incident in particular. We had a survey, and the young lady said we did not tell her what not to do. And even though I feel like that's not true, tonight I'm breaking it down because I want you all to have this awareness, okay? So I'm taking it personally. All right. So we got Erica Lowry from Raleigh, North Carolina. We got Jason Van Hoos. What's up, player? Ohio in the house. We got Stephen Gaddis, Auburn, Alabama, realtor, selling people houses, getting them in their dream homes. How you doing? We got Merck, Ohio repping. We got Pamela Grant, Mississippi in the house. What's up, everybody? Okay, so let's go to the first topic. The first topic is very simple, but as you are on this journey of improving your credit and ultimately your finances, what you have to stop doing is you have to stop adding to your credit card balances, okay? For one, credit cards impact your credit utilization, okay? And this is 30% of your credit score. We have clients who, they're either just starting our program or they're rebuilding, okay? They'll open up a credit card. Hey, Jay, man, I just got approved for a $5,000 credit card. And the next thing you know, at their update, that credit card they just got approved for, the balance is at $2,500. Like, dude, what are you doing? That is not to be taking vacations with. That's to build your credit. You're playing yourself. Stop playing yourself. And one of the things that you have to stop doing is making it harder for you to see success. I don't know what's going on, man, but for some reason, when you're on that path and you're trying to level up in your life in regards to your finances, your credit, your health, whatever, I feel like we get tempted more. It's like the things that we're trying to give up, it's like they stand out. And then we want them more again. Like, dude, that's what I'm trying to get away from. I'm trying to get away from all this negativity because it's hurting my ability to progress. And though we're trying to get away from it, the reason we're trying to get away from it, it attracts us even more. I remember when me and my wife, before we were husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, we broke up. And every day we were apart, I wanted her more and more. I did break up with her, okay? So don't get it twisted. But yeah, I wanted her more and more, and then of course we got back together. But what's up with that? You know, what's up with us trying to get away from something and then being attracted to it even more? Okay. Now, in my situation, my wife was the best thing for me. Okay. However, what you need to understand is that though you are getting a benefit from spending your credit card because you're probably spending it on vacations, you're buying new gadgets, you're buying new things, you're living it up, you're enjoying the benefits of that credit card. Ultimately, it is hurting what you are trying to improve. Okay, so when we think about our credit and we're thinking about things that we're trying to avoid, we have to think about why we're trying to avoid those things and the true purpose of our actions. Okay, and in this case, the credit card is meant to build your credit, and a lot of you are using it the opposite way. And if you're not building, what are you doing? Destroying. Okay, so if you have a credit card that you open, or you have opened credit cards already, the thing that you want to do is you want to maintain low credit utilization. Okay, credit utilization impacts your credit score 30%. Max, your credit utilization should not exceed 30% of your balances. Of your limits. Ideally, you want your credit utilization to be under 10%. Okay? But what you want to do while you're fixing your credit is you want to pay down your balances. You don't want to add to the credit card balance because that's ultimately going to hurt your score. And for the young lady who canceled our program and her credit score dropped, unfortunately, adding to your credit card balances while you're in the credit repair process, that's going to hurt your credit score. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. These are the laws of credit. Okay? Adding to your credit cards will ultimately hurt your credit score. Facts. If I'm lying at any point, let me know. Okay? I'm not making this up. All right, let's look in the comment area. Okay. Mr. Stokes, you said something about 35%. What do you mean by that? Let me know. John Kerry said, does just the total use matter? Say if one card is high, but others are low. So, John, they're looking at your credit cards collectively, okay? So, though you may have 5 different cards, they're going to judge your credit utilization as one. Okay, they're going to combine all those together, and if your limits altogether is 1,000, and you have one card where you have 500, and the other cards have 0, altogether your credit utilization is 50%. $500 balance, $1,000 limit. That's 50% credit utilization. So they look at it collectively. They look at it as one. All right, I apologize. Come on, Jay. Get it together. All right. Spence, how you doing, man? Did you get your book? Jason Van Hoos. I use my cards once a month for $15 and pay them off. That's a good strategy. I'm not mad at that. I always recommend that, put something small on it, a recurring bill, like a Netflix, a Hulu, a Witness Riches payment, whatever. And then just pay it off every month. And if you pay it off every month, then your credit utilization won't be hurt by that because, one, you're showing activity, so they're not going to close the account on you. And then, two, you're showing that you actually paid the bill on time, okay? And that's going to help your payment history, okay? So the first thing you need to stop doing if you are trying to improve your credit, you have big goals, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want that new flat screen TV from Best Buy, you want to finance it, whatever the situation is, if your credit is hurting right now, we have to begin to take care of it, okay? And the first thing that we do to take care of it is we stop doing things that will hurt it. And adding to your credit card balances is a no-no, okay? As you come in, let me know who you are, where you're from. Please show your boy some love. I would definitely appreciate it. If you know friends and family who can use this information, please share this information with them. Share this video with them. Subscribe and like this video. I would definitely appreciate that. Okay. Mr. Stokes said he meant 30%. Okay, cool. Gerald asks, should I keep using it or leave it at a zero balance? Okay. Now there's different information when it comes to the credit cards. I believe leaving your credit cards at a zero balance is not a problem. Okay. It's only an issue if you leave your credit cards at a zero balance for a long span of time and then the credit card company closes the account due to inactivity. Okay. So what I would recommend is that you put something small on your credit cards, or once or twice a year you use them and pay them off right away. Okay. That way your account won't be closed due to inactivity. However, there are a lot of suggestions that say, keep a small balance or keep a zero balance. I have yet to see information that proves my suggestion otherwise. However, to be safe, why not keep a $1 balance? $1 won't hurt you. Okay. We got Pastor Bay from Mississippi, Crystal from Chicago, Muriel, how you doing? We got Tara from Michigan. My hometown is Jackson, Michigan. Tara, where you from? Okay, let's go to the second emergency that we must stop creating, okay? And the whole point of this is we're creating short-term emergencies, okay? Meaning that, hey, Jason, I'm going to use my credit card today, and I'm going to buy me lunch. Lunch comes out to $12.50. Later in the day, Jason, I'm going to go to Walmart and buy some toilet paper. Toilet paper comes out to $10. One day, we spent $22.50. And if you do this every day for a month, you're going to add $1,000, maybe not $1,000, but $500 to $1,000 on your credit card by accident, because you're not understanding that these short-term emergencies, these short-term reasons why you need to use your credit card, they're creating a long-term effect on your credit. Okay? And this whole conversation tonight is all about why you need to stop creating these short-term emergencies, because what's going to happen is they're going to have a long-term effect on your ability to improve your credit. Okay? Second short-term emergency that you need to stop is you need to stop applying for everything that you see. Okay? People with good credit don't need it. And what I mean by that is when you are applying for things, oftentimes people who are constantly applying for things, what shows with their credit score is that they have a bad credit score. Okay. And what we want to do is we want to show credit bureaus that we can actually manage our credit responsibly. And in order to do so, we have to start doing things that people with good credit do. And people with good credit, they're not always applying for every new store card. I go to Macy's every once in a while, and they try to give me, hey, you get 10% off today if you get this Macy's. If you apply, they don't even say that you're going to get approved. If you apply for this Macy's card today, I'm like, I'm good. And then the salesperson, they'll try to sell me on it. I'm like, dude, I'm good. Well, it's really beneficial. Like, dude, I fix credit for a living. Leave me alone. And then, the tough ones, they'll start arguing with you. Well, I know a lot about credit and, I can probably share some things with you. I'm like, dude, just check me out. All right. If you don't check me out, we're going to have a problem. This has happened once. Okay. This lady at Walmart, she would not let up. I'm like, lady, I am not applying for this damn Walmart card. Leave me alone. And she would not let up. Okay. I swear we almost went to the back of the store and started boxing because she would not stop. Anyway, you have to be that aggressive. You have to tell these people that you do not want their damn card, and you have goals for yourself, and applying for every store card that you see is going to hurt your credit. Okay? People are struggling with understanding the word no. Okay? If you apply for 5 cards and you get denied for all 5 cards within a span of a month, and you have done nothing to fix your credit, nothing to help your case, applying for the same 5 cards the next month is not going to improve your odds. Okay? We run across a lot of clients who have either some of the same inquiries on their credit report every other month, or they'll have a bunch of credit inquiries on their credit report because they're constantly seeking, I wouldn't necessarily say validation, but they're always seeking to get that card that will give them a higher limit. Okay. And the thing is, if you begin to manage your credit more responsibly, manage the little credit that you have now. Okay. And what's going to happen is God, the universe, they're going to see what you're doing, and then they're going to bless you with better credit. It's like, you're making $1,000 a month until you can show, the world that you can manage that $1,000. You're not going to get 10. All right. And we just got to stop applying for accounts. We got to stop applying for everything that we see. You should only apply for something if you need it. Okay. If you're rebuilding, of course, you need a credit card. However, this is where strategy comes into play. We're not just going to apply for anything. We're going to apply for accounts that we know we're going to get approved for. The odds of us getting approved is very high. Okay. And if you don't investigate and do your research and ask these companies where they're pulling their credit, the credit bureau from, if you're not asking that simple question, you have no idea which credit bureau they're going to pull your credit from. Let's say you got a 550 with TransUnion, a 550 with Experian, but with Equifax, you got a 640. And you go in thinking they're about to pull the Equifax, and they actually have a partnership with Experian. You played yourself. Okay? Strategy goes into play when it comes to applying for accounts. And one, not applying for everything is the first rule. Stop applying for stuff. And then two, when you do apply for it, make sure you need it and make sure you know which credit bureau they're going to pull from so that you know that your credit is in shape to get approved. Ask that simple question. Hey, so when I apply for an account, which credit bureau are you pulling from? If they don't know, hey, can I speak to a manager? If they don't know, then you shouldn't apply. Okay, that's information they should be able to provide you. We have information. Our clients get these tools. But, I want you to have that investigative spirit. Set yourself up for success. The first way you set yourself up for success is to stop doing things that's going to hurt you. Inquiries, yes, it's only 10% of my credit score. 10% adds up. That's 55 points. There's a lot of people that we run across who could be 55 points higher than what they are. A lot of you, if you had extra 55 points, you'd probably be in the 700 club. Stop applying for accounts. Understand the power of no. Work on your credit for a little bit. Give yourself a 3 to 6 month break. Once you hit those thresholds with your credit score, be strategic and figure out what you need. Figure out where they pull the credit. Make sure your credit is in line with that. And then apply. Okay? Typically, you don't want to have more than 8 inquiries a year. Typically. Okay? And even 8 inquiries is pushing it. Okay? So let me know who you are, where you're from. Tara's from the Yak. We got Mr. Leach in the house. So what we're gonna start doing some special stuff. YouTube, they have something called Top Fans. Facebook has something called Top Fans. YouTube, man, they need to get more creative on YouTube. We're gonna do something special. We're gonna announce it towards the end of the month, but we're gonna do something freaky with that. Let me see who we got in here. Keith Baylor, how you doing, man? Just talked to you earlier today. When I use 30% of my balance, do I pay it to zero or do I let it roll over into my next payment cycle? Dims, pay that balance down to zero, okay? Because if you let it roll over, whatever your credit utilization is at your billing cycle, that is what's going to be, that's the number that's going to report on your credit report, okay? We want that number to be as low as possible. So pay that thing down. Erica said, yes, you have to say no. They're like salesmen. They're like salesmen who don't get a commission. I appreciate that. That's dope, low key. And if they were smarter, they'll probably use that skill somewhere else. But, I'm not mad at, employees, representing their brand. They go hard for Walmart. Don't play at Walmart. If you go, oh my goodness. No, Walmart is tough. If you go to somebody's line and you say a joke, I remember I said a joke. I'm like, how you doing today? I'm like, y'all all wearing gloves, huh? She's like, don't be playing with me. This is my job. I take this seriously. You got jokes, you go to somebody else's line. I'm serious over here. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, you know what? I'm not buying nothing from y'all. I came back. I got it though, because because my wife said I had to pick it up.
It's Walmart, you cannot go.
Yeah, Walmart, you cannot go. Steven, thank you today for taking the time out from your busy schedule to educate me on how your company can help me as a realtor. Appreciate that, Steven. Thank you, man. Luis Meja, how many trade lines you recommend to start? Okay, so we need to understand what a trade line is. There's a lot of misinformation when it comes to trade lines, okay? People think that trade lines are these mysterious accounts that you can put on your credit report that will tremendously improve your credit score. And though they do improve your credit, a trade line is a general statement, okay? Every account that's on your credit report that reports payment history is considered a trade line, okay? That student loan that you have for 20 years, that's a trade line. Your car note is a trade line. Those credit cards that you have in your wallet right now are trade lines, okay? People will market you, hey, we're selling trade lines, and what they do is they sell you other people's accounts that has payment history, and it'll be added to your credit report for a few months or so. But anyway, you don't need all that, okay? I typically recommend that our clients have at least four credit cards, okay? 4 credit cards. And they don't get them all at once, but they get them maybe, 1 or 2 every 3 months, okay? Until they have a total of 4 credit cards at least, okay? 4 credit cards over a span of a year, that's 48 positive payments that you just added to your credit report. And 48 payments, that can change some things, all right? Woo. Gotta take a water break. These are not authorized user trade lines or store cards. These are cards where you are 100% owner of those cards. Okay, and these are with banks: Capital One, Chase, your bank, your credit union. Okay, these are the kind of credit cards that I'm talking about. Jessica asks, I've been watching all of your videos. Tonight, one question: do I need to pay the accounts off that are writing me back within the 30 days with the proof? Okay, what you want to do is you want to negotiate a payment. A payment for deletion in writing. Okay, if they provide the proof and it's legitimate, you want to negotiate a payment for deletion. Okay, and basically a payment for deletion is a settlement where they take a percentage of the balance that is owed, basically the agreement is, in response to this payment that I'm going to send to you, you're going to remove this from my credit report. That needs to be done in writing, Jessica. All right, so let's go to the third point. The third point, Jessica, you bring me to my third point, is stop ignoring debt collection letters, okay? Jason, what's a debt collection letter? You open up your mail. And in that mail, you pull out the letter. And that letter says, hey, this is ABC Collection Company collecting on behalf of AT&T for a balance of $395. You have 30 days to respond to this debt and request verification, validation, whatever. If you do not, we will assume it is yours and move forward that way. Okay. Basically, that's what it says. Okay. A lot of people, they will get these letters in the mail and they will hide like a scared dog. Okay. Y'all know those scary dogs, the dogs that they feel like you about to kick them when you really have no intentions on even dealing with the dog, but the dog sees you and is like, please don't. Okay. That's how a lot of people act when they get debt collection letters. Okay. I need you to man up, woman up. Okay. Read that letter and you need to respond. Okay. The response, though, is not by calling them and talking about the debt. The response is requesting debt validation. Okay. Because what happens is if you ignore the debt collection letter, okay, by law, they have the ability to report it on your credit report. There's a lot of you who have collections on your credit report because you simply ignored the collection letter. And by you ignoring the collection letter, you simply admitted through your silence that you're guilty. And you have given the collection company the authorization to report it on your credit report because of your silence. But if you would have challenged that debt and basically requested they validated the debt, they can't report it unless they can prove it. And 90% of the time, they can't prove it. But because you ignored it, through your silence, you admitted guilt. And you have given them the authorization to report it. Because they said, hey, we own this debt now. Do you agree with this? You got 30 days to agree with this. You don't challenge it within 30 days. You're basically saying that we own this debt. And because you don't respond to it, you give them the authorization, the legal capacity to report it on your credit report. Played yourself. Okay? You want to respond to those collection letters. You want to respond in writing and request debt validation. Okay? And to cease all collection efforts until they can prove it. And to stop all calls. You only want phone calls. You don't want phone calls. You only want communication done in writing. And a lot of times, we see people, they get collection letters and they ignore them. But one of the benefits of our service is, hey, you don't have to respond. Send it to us and we'll respond on your behalf. Okay? But don't ignore those letters. You ignore those letters, you play yourself because through your silence, you are admitting guilt. Okay? And you're basically saying, hey, the company's saying, hey, we own this debt. You have 30 days to say that we don't, basically. And because you don't say nothing, well, Erica said that she didn't say anything, so I guess it must be true. We're about to report this. And then your credit score drops 50, 75 points, and then you call them saying, hey, what can I do to fix this? And they say, hey, pay us $395, and then you pay them $395, and now that collection is now reporting as a paid collection, and your credit's still shot. You played yourself twice. That's how they get you. Them reporting it on your credit report is a fear tactic. Okay? They know that when your credit drops and you're someone trying to buy a home, they know you have goals. You know what they're doing? They're blocking your success. They're blocking your path to the promised land. No one blocks your success. No one blocks your path to the promised land. You have goals. Don't let them get in the way of your goals. Respond. Stop ignoring collection letters. You heard it here live. Stop ignoring collection letters. Mr. Stokes said, is validation the same as verification? Validation is basically saying, hey, prove this with legitimacy. Okay, I need to see a contract. I need to see a proof of sale between you and the original creditor. Okay, I need to see a license that you have the legal right to collect in my state. Verification. Yeah, this balance is saying that I owe $700. Can you send me a store receipt that basically also says that? So basically, verification is them showing you proof of how they got to the balance, proof of that they got the bill from the original creditor. Okay, it's basically they're gonna send you a bill, right? But anybody can go through your trash and find a bill and say you owe them. So verification is basically them providing simple information to verify information that they have sent you, that they're trying to collect. Validation is sending you information that basically proves they are now the owners of the debt. Stop ignoring collection letters. And, by you ignoring those collection letters, you're creating a short-term emergency. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. And that short-term emergency it creates a long-term effect. Here's your credit report, and then now you're down 30, 75 points, okay? Because you created a small emergency in your mind instead of actually confronting it. Stop doing that. Okay? So, while we're talking about this, it's important for you to truly define what an emergency is, okay? A lot of times, I would recommend that to our clients, build an emergency fund, okay? This emergency fund should be at least $1,000. God forbid if you were to get in some kind of accident, some accident were to occur at the house and the fridge were to go out, or you were to get in a car accident and now you got to pay the deductible or whatever, you have money set aside that you can depend on instead of having to depend on an outside entity. Instead of having to depend on your credit cards or having to depend on someone to give you a loan, you have money that you set aside for yourself for these situations, okay? So what we need to do is, one, we need to build that emergency fund. And then two, we need to define what an emergency is. An emergency is not. Thank you. I was gonna say some off the wall stuff. An emergency is not. Man, my cable just got cut off. I gotta watch my show tonight. Let me call up the cable company and pay this bill from my emergency fund. No, that's not an emergency fund. An emergency fund is not, man, my Air Force is clean, but my shoelaces are dirty. I need to take money out of my emergency fund to buy some new shoes. That's not an emergency, okay? Oh, man, my baby need to go on a field trip today, but I ain't got no money. I got some money in my emergency fund. No, that is not an emergency. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Give me a little kid's name. Who? Man, there ain't no kid's name Raheem. That's a grown ass 40-year-old name, Raheem. Riley or Lil Ray Ray. He said Raheem. Man, can you imagine you being 3, your name Raheem? Okay, that's crazy because there's a lot of 3-year-olds named Raheem. Okay, let me see there. So DJ Lady J TV asks, can I do a debt validation first, or should disputes be sent out? So what you want to do is you want to dispute it with the credit bureaus first because you want to get the law working on your behalf, okay? Because again, if they can't verify it with the credit bureau, then you may not even have to go through debt validation if it's on your credit report. If they send you a letter, yes, you want to send a debt validation first because at this point, it's not even reporting on your credit report. Okay. What's up, Lonnie? How you doing? Okay. So the reason I'm talking about emergency funds is we come up with these situations in our minds where we have to come up with money to take care of false emergencies. Okay. And in reality, if we were to give ourselves more time, maybe a day or two, these emergencies wouldn't be an emergency. It'd be something that I was tripping yesterday. This is not really that important. I'll get through, okay? And that brings me to the fourth thing you need to stop doing, okay? And that is you need to stop taking out payday loans. Too many people within our community rely on payday loans to get through week by week. And a big reason is they create these small fake emergencies and they use that money to help them get by. And the thing is, a payday loan is only going to get you deeper in the hole. Because one, now you created a new bill for yourself. And then two, now you got to come up with the money to pay that bill and the interest. It's like costing you an arm and a leg. And because you can't really afford it, you got to keep on taking payday loans on top of payday loans to pay the payday loan. When what you should have done in the first place is create your own emergency fund and truly define what an emergency situation was. But you didn't do that. So let's really focus on protecting our finances and our credit, because a lot of times people will put themselves in this situation because they weren't proactive with their planning. They'll take out payday loans, not pay the payday loans, and the next thing you know, what's on their credit report? The damn payday loan. These short-term emergencies are turning into long-term events that are hurting your ability to progress in life. Stop taking out payday loans. They're not helpful. They're not. Give yourself some time to come up with a real solution. You'll be good. All right, so this one, I don't know if everyone's going to be able to relate to this, but there's a lot of you. I would say out of the many people who are watching this live feed right now, I would say at least 5 of you can relate to this one, okay? You've been working your ass off to improve your finances, to improve your credit, and you are easily manipulated. You're getting your finances in order, and you got a new boyfriend, but his finances really ain't too much. He's trying to get a new car. Hey, baby, they talking about I need a cosigner. You got me, right? Stop cosigning, okay? What that person needs to do is they need to take that L. Bro, you're not about to get this new car. Instead, what you're going to do is continue to do what you've been doing. And in the meantime, you're going to save you up some money and buy you a temporary vehicle. And once you buy that vehicle, guess what you're going to do? You're going to work on your credit. No. I'm not taking that risk. Okay, I've been working too hard and too long to get my finances to a point where I'm good. And you're telling me you're not going to take the time out to work on your stuff, but you want me to co-sign, and if you don't pay it, it's going to report on my credit report? You selfish. You ain't Man, this relationship is done. Okay, probably not that extreme. But for real, you have to protect your finances. This is funny, my man. My man Dim said, he said, that's how I got my last car. That's funny. He did ask another question. He said, what if you get a payday loan to help your credit, but not for the loan part of it? Is that a good idea? No, that's not a good idea. Don't do that. There's other ways to fix your credit, bro. He said, that's how I got my last car. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. No, but it's real. This really happens in real life. Either your girlfriend or boyfriend are going to convince you to get on their loan, and then you got to really think: do I have a future with this person? Is this wifey? Is this my hubby right here? And if you have to think about that longer than 5 seconds, the answer is no. Don't do it. There's parents who co-sign for their children. You're doing yourself a disservice. You know how you can really teach your child a lesson? The hard way. Baby, mama ain't got it. Matter of fact, you don't got to tell everybody you got good credit. Keep that to yourself. If your credit is improving, keep that to yourself. Keep that to yourself. Tell them you got bad credit. Hey, I got bad credit. Yeah, I fix people credit for a living, but my credit bad. I ain't got it. I can't co-sign. I'm sorry, mama. I want you to get that car, but I'm living a lie. My credit is not good. I cannot do it. Just don't tell nobody. Right? You have to protect your finances. If you have to tell a little white lie, by all means do it. Because at the end, what's going to happen is, for that short term, you're like, man, I feel bad, man. I couldn't help them out. But in the long term, in the long run, you did yourself a favor. We need to find the statistics on how often co-sign loans go into default. We need that statistic. Mr. Stokes says they need to call Jason White and get their credit fixed. You're damn right. Having a good time. Lonnie said if the spouse is worthy, then help them get the credit fixed.
That's a new phrase.
Oh, spousal worthy, yeah. Don't co-sign, but say, hey, baby, I'm gonna do something better for you. Baby, I'm gonna help you get your credit fixed. Now, that's a good point, Lonnie. If they are truly spousal worthy, okay. Well, I guess if you're truly spousal worthy, instead of you co-signing for them, you're gonna be like, baby, I would do that, but I'm gonna do something better for you. I'm going to invest in your future. We're going to get your credit fixed. Because there's no reason you should be depending on me. You got to reverse it around on them, Baby, you need to be independent. You don't need to depend on me. You depend on me, that make you look weak. Hey, I know some of y'all fellas, y'all can finesse anything. They got y'all really thinking that black men don't cheat. I don't. But they got like Dims. I know you be cheating. Okay, so those are the 5 things that we want to stop doing. We want to stop creating these 5 short-term emergencies. We want to stop adding to our credit card balances. Okay, we want to stop applying for anything and everything. We want to stop ignoring collection letters. We want to stop taking out payday loans. And lastly, we want to stop co-signing. Co-sign for yourself. You do these 5 things, your credit's going to drop. You stop doing these 5 things, your credit's going to go up this way or that way. Regardless, it's going to improve like this. Mr. Stokes said, I want to do a 1-year annual fee. I'm trying to get to that $780, $800. I can appreciate that, brother. I don't know if you're saying that you want to sign up for our service and pay a 1-year fee, or if you trying to get a 1-year fee out your spouse. But at the end of the day, just let me know. We can make that happen for you. Our 1-year plans, you get 2 months free. So let me know if that's what you meant. I don't want to assume, but I'm not going to ignore it either. All right, let me see here. So yeah, I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. Again, my name is Jason White. Dough Chaser TV is all about helping you mold your mentality to the way of the Dough Chaser. And Dough Chasers, what we're all about is seeking financial improvement and gaining a financial advantage. If you are on that same pathway and you want to get on that pathway, you are in the right place, because Dough Chaser TV is all about that. Witness riches, all about that. It's all about transcending financially. Okay? Mr. Stokes, please give my office a call. Anyone interested in credit repair? If you're interested in our monthly rate, you can start your first 30 days for $19.99, okay? And then month to month is $74.99. You can learn more at the 700 Club, creditrepair.com. I'll put that information in the comment area. If you're interested in signing up for a year, you get 2 months for free. And then those we like to set up over the phone so that we can explain that to you properly. Mr. Stokes, give us a call at 567-318-5210. We can definitely get you on the right path to the 700 Club. And if you're interested in taking advantage of this month's special, where you can start your first 30 days for just $19.99, please visit the 700 Club, creditrepair.com. The link is in the comment area. Let me see here. Jeremy, he said it's worth it. Jarrell King says, how do you feel about a secure loan for emergency funds? So I don't have a problem with that, especially if it reports to your credit report. Those are definitely great for emergencies. I know that credit unions are good at setting these up for you, but you want to make sure that they report to all 3 credit bureaus, and then definitely, use that. That can be your starter loan. Excuse me, not your starter loan, but your starter emergency. There's different plans where you can set one up for $250, $500, $1,000. But I wouldn't go higher than $1,000, because you don't want to obligate yourself to that monthly payment long term. You want that to be a short term payment. But that's definitely a good idea. Definitely. Okay. So if you're interested in starting our credit repair service, feel free to take advantage of our special. Start your first 30 days for just $19.99. If you're interested in a full year of credit repair, you get 2 months for free. That we need you to call in. Okay. So give us a call. 567-318-5210. Okay. We close at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursday, and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. Open up at 10 a.m. I should have said that first, but my bad. Feel free to give us a call. Keith, appreciate the love, brother. Thank you. Okay. So let me upload this information into Facebook really quick. Yep. Oh, yeah. This Thursday, we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to give away 2 things. I think I'm going to give away some more hats. Get a Witness Riches trucker hat. Kind of fresh. I like wearing them. I wear them, at least twice a week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And you can have an opportunity to win you a free hat. Those of you who have won some stuff, y'all owe me some pictures. I need some pictures of y'all either rocking the gear or looking at the Dough Chaser manifesto poster. I need that, man. I need that content. I need that. I appreciate that. Mr. Stokes, I have already signed up last week, and I did month to month. However, I want to do 1 year. Okay. Mr. Stokes, send me an email, jason@witnessriches.com. And if you want us to do that, I can process that for you. That won't be an issue at all, brother. Jason@witnessriches.com. I can get that for you I can get that done for you in the next 5 minutes. All right. Everybody else, I want to thank you all for your time. I will see you Thursday during our next episode of Dough Chaser TV. Please give us some love, share this, subscribe, like this video, do all that good stuff. Tell your friends about us. Keith, make sure you come around Thursday and you will have opportunity to win yourself a manifesto. How about that? Yeah, Lonnie, please send a pic. Appreciate that. All right, y'all. Love y'all. I'm out. Peace.